and Terrell Sampson all made choices that night that led a 15-year-old kid to end up losing his life. And this is what the lifestyle that you guys have chose to live, the fake lifestyle of rapping about killing ops and pulling out your pole, and I'm gonna shoot you and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. All that fake bull has led you to this point where now you and your friends are all going to prison for murder.
Alright, cool, we good, we vibe. Alright, cool. Let's try something new. Just have an intro for this one. Shit. What's up, YouTube? That boy Prince back at it with another reaction video. Today we got Instagram gangster gets a reality check. Shit. I had to fix the stream up. I did watch like 2 minutes of it. That boy got straight to snitching.
So now what you're doing is you're just selling me a load of bullshit. You're basically pissing on my back and telling me it's right.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And when I'm telling you, there was a fourth person in that car.
This is 26-year-old Stephen Monroe, arguably one of the most arrogant suspects the detectives have ever encountered. He's accused of shooting to death 16-year-old Noah Smith during a gang fight. The detective wastes no time in giving him a brutal reality check.
They'll never remember the sweater, but they'll never forget this. An extreme experience. We let them drive for real.
I wanted to do that shit for my birthday, bro.
On January 12, 2022, 26-year-old Stephen Monroe, 23-year-old Tyrese Patterson, and 16-year-old Devondre Williams were in a black Kia Niro SUV driving through Bunnell, Florida. They went live on Instagram at 5 p.m.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Man. Fuck them.
Taunting Ed Sampson, a guy from a rival gang. They were daring him to fight. The trio circled the area around 405 South Anderson Street several times, seemingly looking for trouble. Around 10 p.m., Monroe and Patterson opened fire at Terrell Sampson, Ed Sampson's brother, sparking a dangerous exchange of gunfire. In the chaos, Terrell's friend, 16-year-old Noah Smith, stepped outside his house, completely unaware of the ongoing gang conflict. A bullet struck him, passed through his body, and killed him instantly. Stephen Monroe and the other suspects were finally arrested in May 2022, months after evading law enforcement. Once in custody, Stephen was brought into the interrogation room, where the pressure of the situation began to overpower him. As the detectives pressed for answers, Stephen did his best to manipulate and evade them, but the truth slowly began to surface.
So, some of the things that we want to talk about here today is basically clarification on some of the stuff from the incident with Noah Smith from January. Okay, so we have spent.
Yo, by the look in his face, bro, I'm cooperating.
Obviously, hundreds, thousands of hours collecting all the information from everybody that was there, all the cameras, all the cell phone records, all the Instagram records, all that. So there's some inconsistencies in what you told us that we need to clarify. Okay. Now, I want to ask you one more time. Who was in the car the night when you left Rose Pedal Drive and you went down to Canal and ultimately ended up with Noah Smith passing away?
Some dude that I didn't know, and then it was me, Dre, and Pooh.
Okay, where were you sitting?
On this, behind the dude on the left side, from the dude that I didn't know.
Okay, so who was in the front seat?
What I told you.
The Pooh and Dre was on the right side of me.
Okay, so this is that, and I'm glad that's the first thing you said, because this is the inconsistencies that we have. Okay, so we have met with Dre, and we've also met with Tyrese.
Okay.
All right, they have made it very clear exactly what occurred that night, and what we've determined is that you're being less than honest with us. Yes, about who was in the car that night and where he was seen.
No, sir.
Well, all the evidence would suggest that you're not telling us the exact story. We know that there was only 3 people in the car that night. So this guy this guy that you've talked about, this guy with the wicks that was supposedly driving the car, we can tell at this point for sure that that person does not exist. Okay,
Did they put
you know
a
who
dummy
was
in the
driving
driver's
because
seat,
they
bro?
told us out of their own mouth that they were driving. Devondre Williams, in an interview with his mom and us, sat there and told us very clearly that he drove the car down to Benel that night. Okay, and he said very clearly that only him, you, and Tyrese Patterson were in that car.
It's not true.
Okay, well, in an independent, separate conversation with Tyrese Patterson, today, Tyrese Patterson confirmed that Devondre Williams was driving and that you and Tyrese Patterson were on the right side of the car. Okay, so we have witnesses, cameras, cell phone records. When phones are in a car with each other, they communicate with each other and they can kind of tell who's all touching each other's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi
Our
and all
boys
this.
went on a drill.
And there is no fourth phone in the car, no
Bro, I
fourth
can't even
person.
say no.
How dare you say that?
Wrong.
Okay, are you sure you're talking about the same night that I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I'll just tell you what they told us. They told us that Devondre was driving the car, you guys leave Rose County, you drive down to Benel. Tyrese says that you guys were going to his grandma's house to pick up some weed. You pass the block, Terrell Sampson standing on the corner, Terrell starts shooting at you guys. You make the block, come around, shots were returned at Terrell Sampson.
Wait, let's go back.
How dare you say that? Okay, are you sure you're talking about the same night that I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I'll just tell you what they told us. They told us that Devondre was driving the car, you guys leave Rose County, you drive down to Benel. Tyrese says that you guys were going to his grandma's house to pick up some weed. You pass the block, Terrell Sampson standing on the corner, Terrell starts shooting at you guys. You make the block, come around.
I really need this Earth maps to really like lock in with me, because it's like I'm a visual learner. So like if I'm zooming in on the block, I can really imagine how it's going down for real. You feel what I'm saying? And this is nothing but bullshit. Oh, there we go. Where they said he was from again? Benel, Florida. All right. Hold on, chat. I'll be back. Man, I got work tonight, bro. My body is sore as hell, and I gotta work out after this. But we back. Let's get back into it.
Crybaby.
Right? Now, what I'm telling you is that there was multiple shell casings on the scene from two different guns. DNA has been recovered from those shell casings. Okay? The DNA is being sent off. We're going to compare it to yours. I'll tell you, I'll bet you $1 million that your DNA is all over those shell cases. Those are guns that you've handled multiple times.
Yeah, I touched you.
Right? You touched it. Sure. Those are guns that you've handled. You're in the car. This boy gets shot. Who shoots a gun down the street? He told us what type of gun it was. You shoot a gun down the street. You need to tell me what type of gun that is, because we need to figure out if your bullet is the one that killed Noah or not. Because I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, that is a massive factor in this case. Do you want to just be somebody in the car that was shooting at Terrell? Terrell don't want to press charges. Terrell's going down for this shit too. You think Terrell's going to come in here and say, oh yeah, I want to press charges against Stephen Monroe for shooting at me? Nobody gives a f*** about that. Everybody just wants everybody to be held accountable for what they did during the Noah Smith case. All right? And you were in that car, you shot a gun down the street. I know you shot a Glock. I want to know what caliber it was. Two options. Because this kid was hit with a specific type of bullet. And if you say the right one, you might be all right. I know this is tough, man. I get it. Because you've thought to yourself 1,000 times. You've played it over with Donna. This is what we're going to say. You've talked about it with Dre. This is what we're going to say. All right? And now it's crashing down on everybody because nobody was able to stay 10 toes down and keep it 100. That's not the way things work, bro. That's not the way it works. All we had to do was slide a piece of paper across the table to Tyrese, and Tyrese flipped immediately.
Damn.
We picked up Dre on some bullshit charge. He comes in with his mama, and he is spilling the beans immediately. You're the only one that's lying.
Your dog's folded on you.
In the opinion of most people, and I'm talking about a jury, let's say, 12 people are going to sit there, and they're going to listen to sweet little 80-pound Devondre Williams say, this is what I did, I'm really sorry for my actions. Tyrese Patterson's going to say, this is what I did, I didn't mean to kill Noah, it was an accident. And then you're going to get up there and say, actually, there was some fourth guy with Wicks, and he did that, and I was just minding my own business in the backseat. When everybody knows it's not true, man. You have to tell the truth. You have to tell the truth, Stephen. Think about what your parents are going to say about this, man. Your parents are good people, man. We know what you did, and it's all going to come out. It's just a matter of fact of whether or not you are going to be honest about it and ask for forgiveness, or you're just going to be the guy that lies and says, I don't want to be held responsible for what I did. And that is not the right place to be. What caliber gun did you shoot that night?
Steven is clearly broken, and the weight of his guilt is crushing him. The detectives see it, and they know this is the moment to push for the truth, and the secret is finally about to come to light.
Steve, listen. Sorry.
I ain't gonna lie, boy. If I ever go down for something, God forbid, we get into that room, do not touch me. Don't. 90% of the time, I'm going by myself. I ain't for
You gotta make a choice right now.
Everybody gonna snitch on me.
Okay, I understand. You have to make a choice right now. Are you going to be painted out to be a liar, or are you going to stand up here like a man and say exactly what you did and let the chips fall where they may? I understand. Listen, man, I know you're scared. I know you are scared. Listen, this is not where you need to be right now.
I don't know what kind of gun it was. I really don't.
Okay. There's two options, Stephen. Was it a 40 caliber or was it a 9mm? Which one did you shoot that night? Okay, whose gun was it? They were all Dre's. They were all Dre's? Both guns? Did Dre give his gun to who? Okay. Now, I want to try this again, all right? And we're on the right path now. Where exactly were you seated in the car? Tell the truth.
In the front seat.
Okay. Who was driving?
Dre.
All right. And where was Pooh sitting?
In the back seat.
Okay. And then you guys go down there. Why were you guys going down there now?
To smoke.
Okay. So then, did you see Terrell Sampson shoot at your car? You did. Did you know it was Terrell Sampson? But you just heard the gunshots? Okay. How did we find out it was Terrell Sampson that was shooting at you guys? How did you find out, not me?
Because people were talking about it.
Okay. So when you guys come around the block and you guys start letting off fire down the block, what was the intended target? Was it Noah Smith? Did you guys try to shoot and kill Noah Smith? No?
I don't know if that's what they were doing before.
You don't know that who was aiming for? Okay, who were you aiming at? Huh? You were aiming at Terrell? Did you see him standing out there? Did he still have a gun when he was standing out there? Okay, did you think he was going to shoot at you? You did. Okay. How many times did you shoot? This is the big important question. Just one time? And you can't remember what kind of gun you had? And listen, you've already done a really good job, okay? But I do think, listen, relax, man. I do think that you know exactly what gun you had because I believe that that's your gun.
Don't know what kind of gun I really don't.
Okay. All right, listen, relax. Hey. Okay, I know you don't want to be here, man. Nobody wants to be here. I get that. I completely get that. Tyrese just got hit with a murder charge, bro.
I just don't want to be in this situation.
I get it. You're trying to protect yourself. I understand that. And listen, you have an attorney that you can explain all this to, but you have to be honest with your attorney too. How is your attorney going to rightfully defend you if you're not telling them exactly what happened? And then you're letting the police find out all the information and find out all the details and make you a liar. And then how is anybody going to feel bad for you if you're just sitting up here telling things that aren't true? That's what I'm trying to get across to you. Okay?
It wasn't Steven's bullet that took Noah's life, but that doesn't make him any less afraid of the truth. He's scared to death to admit his part. Maybe because he still doesn't fully grasp the weight of the damage he's caused. Deep down, he's just trying to protect himself, hoping his lies will act like armor. But the truth is, no lie can save him now.
Ultimately, you have to stand up like a man and defend yourself in front of people in a courtroom. And you have to be able to say, this is what I did, and this is why I did it. And when you are saying things that are clearly not true, that's when you look to be like a monster and people don't trust you anymore, okay? You have to be trustworthy. All right, so let's start out. How did all this beef start? What is the problem between the Sampsons and you guys?
I don't know. I inherited the beef because Dre didn't have nowhere to stay and Pooh didn't have nowhere to stay, so I let them stay at my house.
Okay.
And they were already beefing with these people. I was just being a friend. I was not finna let nobody just hurt my friends or do whatever. Starting to run up on me and they telling me they got my address and stuff. And
right. Who said you had your address?
One of them said they had it. We was arguing with him on live.
Was that Rod?
I think it was Rod.
Because Rod was on the live saying like, I just passed Rosetown. Okay.
Shit, he got distinction too.
What you guys were at Rosetown? You guys are gonna go down to Benel to go get some weed to smoke. Is that right? Did you guys leave Rose Petal with the purpose of going to start some the ops?
No.
Okay, when you get down there, you're driving down Anderson Street. Dre is in the front driving, you are in the front passenger, and Pooh is right behind you in the passenger, right? Okay, when you get to that corner there by the houses, by the sweat up there, what happens out there? Who says what?
I don't really know where, like that. Like
No,
I said, but
well,
I just know that.
Where Terrell was standing. What?
Seen Terrell.
Okay.
And
Bro, look at the other car. He just sitting there like he doing something, staring at the nigga, bro. Like, bro, put in some work, bro.
Started yelling, I guess.
Got this
He was
man
telling
talking,
people to get out
getting
of
all
the
the
way.
information out of him,
And
and you just
Terrell started shooting at the car. And I stand back. And Terrell. And then he just started shooting at Terrell.
Okay, so Terrell starts shooting. You guys make the corner, right? You go down the road where the gym's at. You come down Bowie Street, right? This is all on camera, so that's why I'm saying it, because I know for a fact. You pull up to the corner, Dre's driving. Now he pulls up so that you and Pooh have a clear line of sight, so you can see exactly down the street there. And then you and Pooh just start shooting at the same time. Did Pooh shoot first? Do you know who shot first?
As I said one time, Pooh was dumping a whole clip.
Okay, you shot one time and pooped up the whole clip.
Or what I thought was the whole clip, but there's no he was shooting a lot, and I just shot one time.
Okay. All right, so then after that, you guys leave, and now you guys go back to Roosevelt, right? That's what all the surveillance cameras show. What happens once you guys get back to Roosevelt?
Back. Everybody starts hitting us up. I go in my room. They leave. I'm in my room. I'm sleeping. I don't know what happened after that.
Okay. Creep, I need to know where these guns are at.
I really don't know where they're at.
Tyrese told me this morning that you were going to give them to somebody around the way, around the corner, and that they were going to hold them for you.
No.
I need to get these guns off the street.
I don't know where they're at.
Okay.
And I didn't give nobody nothing.
People in the house have told us that you were going to get rid of them. And then Tyrese told us this morning that you were
Damn,
going to
everybody know your plan, bro.
That's not true.
Steven's job was to hide the guns, and the detectives already know it. They're carefully closing in, giving him the chance to come clean. But once again, Steven chose to lie, trying to twist the story in his favor. This time, though, the detectives aren't backing down. They know exactly what he did, and this time, they're ready to shatter every lie he's told.
Where did they go though? That's not where they were.
I don't know.
We have to know. You didn't know. Did you keep it with you?
No, I just left.
Did you give it back to what's his name? To the food?
Dre and Pooh, they took, like I said, they took the weapons with them. After that night, I just...
Both of these guys say that they were your guns and that you knew what happened with them afterwards.
That's not true.
Are they in your house in Oak Hill?
No.
Well, I'll tell you one other thing, okay? You're being very honest now, and that's apparent. But the one thing that can probably put this over the edge a little bit to make you look a lot better than you look right now is to tell us where we can get these guns at.
But I really don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. And I really did not give nobody no guns to know. That's not true. The adding a fourth person, that was a lot. I'm scared and I don't want to be in a situation and get in trouble for defending myself.
Okay. Well, what's the purpose?
The guns and all of this extra.
All right, let me ask you this. What's the purpose of coming up with the fourth person in the car as the driver?
Purpose of the fourth person being in the car. Me being scared, I just didn't know what to say. I kind of already said it. It slipped out of my mouth, so I just...
Okay. So
scared. I'm in a situation I don't want to be in.
But having this fake person driving, what does that do for the story?
I was really just trying to save Trader.
No, you were trying to go.
I was trying to help people, bro. But all it's doing is getting me in trouble.
Well, yeah, I mean, being there the night that a kid dies and you're being in a car where a bunch of people were shooting is definitely not a good look.
Yeah, I understand.
What else do you know about this whole situation? Is there anything else you know about the Noah Smith thing?
No.
Tell me what 211 on Norm means.
I just told you. From my understanding.
Because 211 on Norm means that a person was killed and I need help.
Yes.
Okay. But 211 is known to you to be BK.
I don't really know what it stands for. I wasn't briefed formally.
Okay.
Like, so I don't really know all the codes. I just know that means I need help and somebody was killed.
All right. So, last thing I have for you, it's not the best news in the world, okay?
I understand.
You're being charged today with first-degree murder of Noah Smith. You have no bond. This is just a charge. It's not a conviction. You understand what that difference is? Okay, it just means that you have a warrant for your arrest for murder. You are going to be charged today, but it doesn't mean that things aren't going to play out differently with the attorneys and with the court system. So they're going to book you in down here again for the charge of homicide, and then things can play out how they play out with the attorneys. But our responsibility here is done, and there's really not much more that we can do outside of just explaining to you the process. But ultimately, I'm not saying that you killed Noah Smith per se. What we're saying is that many people took actions that night that led to the death of Noah Smith. An innocent kid. Do you understand that? You, Dre, and Pooh, and Terrell Sampson all made choices that night that led a 15-year-old kid to end up losing his life. And this is what the lifestyle that you guys have chose to live, the fake lifestyle of rapping about killing ops and pulling out your pole, and I'm gonna shoot you, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that. All that fake bullshit has led you to this point where now you and your friends are all going to prison for murder.
Steven completely breaks down as the
Stay out
detectives
the way,
begin
man.
reading the charges against him, each one landing like a blow he can't dodge. The tough guy persona he flaunted on Instagram, the wannabe gangster image he clung to so proudly, crumbles right there in the interrogation room.
Okay, well, you were scared enough to shoot into a crowd of people. You shot at somebody. Right, there was multiple people out there, and you were far enough away where unless you're some military sniper, you run the risk of hurting somebody else. It would have been one thing if you guys would have returned fire immediately, but to wait 30 seconds, come around the block, and spray down the block, that's a big, big problem.
I'm just sprayed. Just shot one time.
Yeah, well, the car did.
Who did it?
Okay, well, Pooh will be held accountable for that. He's already been charged this morning.
So basically, there ain't y'all could do, and you just wanted to get that out of me so that you could charge me.
You're already being charged.
Told
I
you.
we didn't just make this up as we were sitting.
You know, I
This is
understand what
already
you're
done.
saying, but either way,
At the end of the day,
I'm not gonna be helped regardless.
well, Steven, we can't help you. What we do is we collect evidence to the state attorney's
Y'all
office.
can't help me at all, bro.
What?
Or you won't help me.
No, that's not true. What we are not allowed to help you. We can't offer you anything. I can't
You're not
promise
saying
you.
that, bro.
Right, but what you need to do is, no, that's not true at all. They go back and forth all the time. Your attorney can communicate with our attorney. You guys can make up some sort of situation on how this all gets resolved. It has nothing to do with us at that point. Our job is done. We've collected the evidence and given it to the state. The state attorney's office felt there was enough probable cause to charge you with homicide today. That's all we're saying.
Steven's tears won't stop, and the weight of his actions is finally sinking in. He's no longer trying to manipulate or dodge the truth, but the detectives know there's still something he's holding back, and that one final piece is still missing. Now, they're about to ask him one last time to confess.
Steve, look at me for a second. I think you told us a lot of stuff here today.
He's the good cop.
Pretty accurate. Are you 100% sure you don't remember what caliber gun you were? I mean, now that we're being honest with each other. Steve, I still think you know.
I don't.
And it wasn't your gun.
No. I don't know weapons in my life. I didn't even have guns at the train and came to my house.
And you don't know where those guns are now, or where you've been with.
No.
I'm telling you though, when we find those guns, if we can prove that it was you who hid them or didn't give them over to law enforcement, that's not going to be good for you.
Understood.
I hope so. Yep. All right. Deputy Harry's going to take you now.
Steven's confession remains incomplete as he chose to hold back one key bit of information, and that was where he hid the guns. But fortunately, detectives found all the answers at the end as they secured the guns used in the crime and the CCTV footage that captured the incident. Investigators found 6 shell casings, 5 from a 9mm gun, and 1 from a .40 caliber gun. 2 years later, a friend of Steven was found with a .40 caliber Glock 23 in Castleberry, Florida. Steven Monroe was charged with first-degree murder for his role in the crime. His trial was held in February 2025. He was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison without parole. Tyrese Patterson was first charged with first-degree murder, but later pleaded no contest to second-degree murder. He now faces 25 to 50 years in prison and is still waiting to be sentenced. Devondre Williams was also charged with first-degree murder in Noah Smith's death. He was sentenced to 55 years in prison for his role in this case and another deadly shooting. Terrell Sampson pleaded no contest to 3 counts of attempted manslaughter with a firearm. He was sentenced to 12 years in prison. As part of his plea deal, he agreed to testify against Monroe, Patterson, and Williams.